welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute beachy door hanger using Dollar Tree items. Alright y'all, let us get started. Yes, I put my dark nails back on. I'm sorry, I can't stand light colored, springy type nails. I don't like pinks and pastels and stuff. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. So yes, my dark ones are back on. But what do I have here? Hold on, I gotta get my other thing. I have one of these little plastic shovels that you can get at Dollar Tree. And I have this sanding block. This isn't a very rough grit. This plastic is fairly soft and you don't want to scuff it up too much or you're really going to see the lines through your paint. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this sanding block and we're just going to scuff up the paint. We're going to stuff up the plastic just a little bit. If you don't do this, your paint's not going to stick very well, okay? So I'm just going to scuff it up. You can see how it just sort of just took the shine off of it. But I'm going to do this all over this little shovel here. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to paint it with this satin French blue paint from Rust-Oleum. You can use whatever color you like. I just have this on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. And this is such a nice blue color. You don't even have to paint it if you don't want to. You can just leave it like this. But for me and myself, I'm going to paint it. So we're going to scuff this up and paint it. I'm probably going to give it 2 coats of that spray paint. And then after that paint has dried, I'm going to give it a coat of clear spray paint. That's going to help to protect it and to stop the paint from, being bumped and chipping off as easily. So 2 coats of the color paint, 1 coat of clear. Okay, the paint has dried on here. Like I said, I did 2 coats of the blue, 1 coat of clear, and that is all done. So now we're just going to take this scrap of rope, that came from Dollar Tree, and let's see, there's an end here. It's already been cut, yeah. So let's turn this around, actually, because I'm a lefty. So we are going to glue this rope around this handle, okay, between these 2 pieces. Now the back, because the back you can see kind of goes in. What we're going to do is we're going to start our glue right here. We'll put the rope right there. Then we're going to glue it and we're going to wrap it around from here all the way across. So let's see if the hot glue gun is hot. It is not. It is not hot. So we're going to give it a minute. So I believe the glue gun is hot now. I'm going to put a blob of glue right here just to get us started. Now let's put this rope down there, and I'm going to leave some, see, going down the back, because I'm really going to have to bend that up and really hold it in place when I glue that down. So I did leave some sticking out the back there, and I'll have to really work on that here in a minute. But now we got this, and then we're going to hold that in place, and let's get the other end of this rope. I'm just going to pull it through, and then I'm just going to put some hot glue right here all the way around. Come on, glue. Like this. Let's just kind of pull that rope a little bit tightly there. And then we're just going to do that, and we're just going to glue it all the way down. So what do we have now? We have our shovel, which I glued the rope to the handle. As you can see, I also glued it down here. Had a little bit of that rope left, so I just used it up so I don't have it laying around. So now, what do I have? I have a big tub of this Fast and Final lightweight spackling. Dollar Tree does carry this in very small containers. So if you can find one of those containers at your Dollar Tree, grab one of those. Make sure it says it is the 30-minute paint ready fast drying. And for the container, it's going to be very lightweight, okay? Very lightweight. The heavier stuff is very heavy. It's just that. And if you use it on your crafts like this, then the heavier stuff a lot of times will settle and it will fall flat instead of giving you the dimension that you want. This is what I use for frosting on my fake cupcakes and all sorts of things of that nature. And there's a fork in there, but I have a spoon. And as you can see, get out of the way. As you can see, it's very lightweight and it's very creamy, okay? It looks like frosting. Now, usually for your fake bakes, you put this in a piping bag and you use it like frosting. But for this, I'm just going to use it to give it a little bit of texture to our sand, because we want this to look like we're scooping out sand, right? So I'm just going to put a big blob right there. Get off the spoon. A big old blob, and then we're going to smoothen it out a little bit. we're doing with this is I just want to smooth it out a little bit to make it look like our shovel has actually scooped up some sand, right? And it's also going to give us a nice base for us to dip in our shells and other things that we're going to be using here in a little bit. So I'm just trying to get it. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's, you know, trying to look like a scoop full of sand. I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit. And once this stuff dries, it really adheres to, you know, whatever it is that you're using it on. It usually adheres pretty well, which is another reason why I wanted to actually paint this instead of using it as is. Because as is, it was very slippery, right? So if you paint it, it gives your spackle just a little bit of something, something to hold on to, right? So I'm going to try to keep it, ooh, a fly. I'm going to try to keep it contained in the shovel instead of getting up here because, you know, somebody bumps it. If you have cats, dogs, and feral children running around and they should happen to bump it, it can chip it off, okay? So we just want to keep it contained actually inside our little shovel. Okay, and I think that's going to look pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to set this down. Let's smooth it out a little bit. I'm going to set this down and let me grab another supply. What do I have now? Some paper. And I have this bag of sand from Dollar Tree. I'm trying to keep this as Dollar Tree friendly as possible. And now what I'm going to do is just cut the edge off this bag of sand here. If you can't find sand at Dollar Tree, look at Walmart over in with the artificial flowers. And usually they have some sand over there. So I'm just going to sprinkle this sand here. And here in a second, I'm just going to very, very gently kind of tap it in with my fingers here. This fly is making me angry. Ooh, look at that. I'm just going to gently tap it down here just to make sure that it sticks down. And we are going to shake off the excess. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to keep working until this is covered. I'm not going to dump all of this off yet, okay? Because I want the sand to have a moment to really adhere, I guess you could say, into our spackle. But what I do have now is I have some of these sand dollars. I have some starfish, and this all came from Dollar Tree as well. I have a handful of seashells from Dollar Tree, and we're just going to cram them down. Let's see. These are kind of sort of heavy. I mean, they're not, you know, real, so of course they're heavy. So let's see. I really like the back here, but see, there's really not much of a design on the front there. It's like, should we stick it that way? And then at least you can see a nice design. So this is going to be hanging up. So I'm just going to stick it in there and then just kind of smash it down a little bit. Okay, like that. And then we're just going to press, that kind of blends in with the sand too much, doesn't it? Let's put this here. Just press it down in that spackle, okay? Let's keep our sand packed on there nice and tight. Let's see, do I want a starfish? I suppose so. Now the starfish have some texture. All for the love of humanity. There we go. Heaven forbid, Amber. All these things are like all stuck in the little net. So let's see, we can put this right there. Press it in, then I'm going to kind of press it down a little bit. So let's make sure our sand is packed in there. Now I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to give it about half an hour, 45 minutes, because it doesn't take long for the spackle to set up. And in that time, it should adhere to everything nicely. And everything should be stuck down. And then we can gently, gently sweep away all the extra sand, okay? So I'm just going to put in a few more shells and let it set up. I thought that this was going to be set up yesterday because I was actually starting this video yesterday. but it has been raining so much here, and it is just so damp and humid. So if it is very damp and humid in your area, you may need to let this set up for a day or two, you know, however long it takes for this stuff to set up, you know, if you're in a very humid environment. But this is what we have. I just have a tiny little crack here, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to fix that. I have a few little sparse places as well. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to apply Mod Podge wherever I think it needs a little extra. Sprinkle on the sand, and you know, when the Mod Podge sets up, just knock the sand off. That's what I'm going to do. But now we're going to set this off to the side because I have this here. It's called Craft of Fabric. This is from Dollar Tree, but this is burlap, okay? This is just a piece of burlap that they have painted stripes on, and the ends here are really curling up really badly. So I think I'm just going to trim off this end here. And we're going to make, hold on, I'm cutting. And we're just going to make a super easy bow with this burlap. So let's go ahead. And what I want to do is just take this and just scrunch it up in the middle. And then we're going to wrap a piece of the burlap around the middle just to make, like I said, a big bow here. And I think that'll be okay. So I'm going to cut it right about here. Okay, just going to cut it here. And then let's cut another strip of this to wrap around the middle. Is this straight? That's about as crooked as a politician. Look at that. It'll be all right. We're going to fix it. It'll be all right. So we're just going to take the piece that we cut. And this is the folded side. Folded side here and folded side here. And let's take the cut side, and I'm just going to scrunch it up just right on this little center stripe here. And the paint on here is very, very thick. It's very stiff, I guess I could say. And it makes this just a little bit more difficult to maneuver. I thought I had some floral wire. Maybe I don't. Is there any floral wire in the house? I have some. I don't know where it is. Anyway, so now let's take this piece. And I'm just going to put a blob of hot glue right there. Now be careful because the glue is going to ooze through your burlap here. And let's just press this down in place, and I'm just going to hold that just for a few seconds and let that glue set up. Then we're going to take this middle piece and just wrap it around and around the center just to make it look like we've tied a bow. But I think that's pretty cute. Do you have to put a bow on it? Absolutely not, but I want to. So I'm going to put this bow right here. Just go put a big old, get down in there. Put a big old blob of glue right there, and I'm going to glue it down. Ooh, get that string. Get the string. Just going to glue it down and hold it in place. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'll go back and I'm just going to trim this up. Oh my goodness, it's on me. Ugh. Trim off these strings here. You see what I'm talking about. And just kind of shape it up a little bit. And that will be that. So we're going to let this set up. Let's take a look. See, this is the loop that I put on there. And if you put it, kind of like squish it down between, you know, the pieces of a rope there, you don't see it. You don't see it at all. All right. So, you know, I said it would be cute if you get like, you could put like welcome or something here. All right. So y'all know I have a CO2 cutter. So I cut this word welcome out of wood. I got paint on myself. I cut this word welcome out of some wood. Of course, not everybody has one of those, but you know what? You could use vinyl. If you have a Cricut, you could cut the word out of vinyl. I have seen letter stickers at Dollar Tree. Walmart has letter stickers. Pretty much any craft store has letter stickers. You could get those and use that. That would be absolutely fine. I'm just using this because I had some scrap wood laying around, okay? But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue this down right here. So it's going to take me a minute of maneuvering this back and forth to get this exactly where I want it. But after I get these words put on, we'll be done. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look at it. All right. So I've got that glued down, and how cute is that? How cute is that? I could have made it a little bit bigger, I guess, but you know, it'll be okay. It's fine just the way it is. But like I said, I'm going to go back with a paintbrush and some Mod Podge, and I'll just touch up here and there, wherever I think it needs just a little bit more sand. Sprinkle the sand on, and then that'll be that. I know some people are going to say, that is too big. It's just fine. Leave it alone. It'll be fine. But anyway, here we go. We are done. So if you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be down in the description box below. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.